What's up, everybody? How are we going today? You thought I was going to say BitConnect, but I didn't need to say BitConnect. We have Elon Musk Connect today, destroying the crypto markets and the faith in the BTC. What has happened, guys? Elon is no longer the messiah of the markets. He's the killer of BTC. Anyway, we'll talk about crypto. We'll talk about the stock market. I hope everyone's having an okay day, or as well as you can be going. First, the intro. Let's do it. There are no new memes, but tomorrow, new memes. I got some good ones. Oh, wait, we're muted. See, guys, you thought I was muted on purpose, but it's okay. I actually was. Hopefully, everyone's having a great day today. I'm sure many of you, unfortunately, are not. As I mentioned, the BitConnect kind of concept, we have, of course, some struggles here in the markets right now. You'll notice the markets are not looking too nice for us. We've got 13,071 on the Nasdaq. Let's go over to the SP500, and the SP500 4,067. There come the mutes again. Tom, lol, don't worry, I actually trolled you guys a little bit here today. Little bit of troll. That's all right. Who's live? We live. Exactly. Lunchable Connoisseur. I like your name, Lunchable Connoisseur. I also noticed that you have a Talcoin logo. So that means that you're not always called Lunchable Connoisseur. That's a new name. And now you're a Talcoin master. All right, guys. So what's happening today? Well, firstly, of course, Elon Musk kind of killed BTC yesterday. It's not healthy for the environment. Look, not new news. Anyone that understands anything about crypto will know that BTC is evil for electricity usage. Of course, proof of work has never been a good thing. So I'm wondering whether that's a little bit more scapegoaty than anything else. However, it certainly has put a massive destroyer on the markets, and you'll notice that here. Now, I've got this locked. 1 second. Let me see if I can get rid of this. What's going on here? Why have I got this locked? Anyone tell me why I've got this locked? There's something that's happened here since yesterday, and it's annoying me. And I don't know what I did. Tell me, people. If you use TradingView, I've got this thing locked, and it's really annoying me right now. Anyway, that's all right. So, BTC fell off a cliff. Whoa. Let's reset that. All right, there we go. Now we're unlocked. We're safe again, everybody. I've got to do that tutorial on this thing. Let me quickly load up the pen. We're safe. All right. Elon will be buying soon. Oh man, if he comes in and then he buys, I'm telling you what, you got to stop paying any attention to him at all. If he does that, it's rat. That's a rat. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Here's the big crash that happened yesterday on BTC. And I'm going to start with BTC first because I think we've got a lot to cover in the stock markets today. And I know a lot of you here for that, but I want to just quickly talk about this. So I fully suspect or expect this market to recover. Okay. And I do expect it to recover to 53K. Now, when it hits 53K, we're going to be hitting the bottom side here of the support of that channel that we were in. Is there going to be sellers here? I would say yes. Is this a significant 8-hour close? You'll see when we go over to the 8-hour, it is pretty significant. There it is, 8-hour close, significant movement here. And I think as soon as we get like a little closure above here, well, even just like a little wick above this point, we're going to move straight to the 53. That's not really rocket science. That's a very easy kind of expectation to have into that move there. And then if we get past the 53, we go back to stabilizing. Unfortunately, what happened there is when you attack BTC, when you really push the limit on this and of course fall at 20%, which is what happened. It got destroyed yesterday, 20% after that fall. That kills confidence across all the coins. Now you'll notice that no coin really has recovered that well. They've all recovered somewhat, but they haven't recovered very, very well. Binance Coin's doing okay. Things like VET and other things we've followed. DOT is doing okay. The only one that's really godly right now is KSM. The old Kusama. Thank you very much, Eth Zigman, for bringing that to the private Discord community's attention a few months ago. Man, you were spot on, Eth, if you're here. That was a amazing call on Kusama a few months ago. You love that thing so much. But yeah, I do think this will recover. And I think that all the other coins will come along with it. Hopefully, that isn't all she wrote on crypto. You know, my biggest problem is I'm not sure whether we've already hit the last cycle or we've got one more left. And I always thought we had one more left. Now, I don't think there's two more left. I think there's only one more left, and then it's all over. And I believe that crypto really will crash hard. Now, we may already be seeing that. I hope we're not, but I do definitely think this cycle's really, really fast. And you know, my problem is in all of these cycles, and I've actually got a map. Let me bring the map out for you, because this is going to go with the stock market as well. Let me come down here. I'll grab this map out of the community. Here we go. Loading it up now. Here it is, guys. And you've all seen this. Wait, why is that not loading up? There we go. Okay. The Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of market cycles. All right. And we all know that this is a reoccurring phenomenon, especially in the crypto market. So, of course, we've gone through all of these things. We've had optimism. We've had the belief. We've had seriously the thrill. And then the question is, how much euphoria have we felt? Okay. Because with this Doge stuff, with the Shibu stuff, with all of these things that are happening in the coin markets, even in the stonks in the Wall Street markets, how much euphoria did we reach? And therefore, how much complacency have we reached? And of course, the last kind of bit, which is where we have denial, panic, etc. Are we in that area yet? What does the community think? Does the community, guys, do you think that we're at the end of the cycle and crypto is about to explode? Or do you think, kind of like me, there's one more left? And then we're all about to explode. Which one are you on? Tell me now. I'm very interested to see what your guys' thoughts are. Let's just quickly move over to some of the other markets before we go back into the crypto and stock markets and everything else that's going on. Nebraska SXHC says one more crypto pump later this year. Anthony says Elon is a businessman. He's not holding the bag. Yeah, it might come out that he sold a bit of it. Taxi says EVs are tied to him. Oh, it's not even about this. One more left, says Jayberg. Still a lot of opioids out there, says Psychedelicide. Yes, I do think there's still enough money to be pumped in for at least one more go. One more left. Complacency, says Massey. Anxiety. One more left. Still has some gas left. Taxi says the market will only go up once I sell. Taxi, can you sell? Taxi, just click the button right now, okay? Click the like button. Put it on mute and go sell right now. We need the market to go up, okay? You can do this for us, man. You can do this for us. Did anyone notice as well which is the strongest coin? ADA, baby. Cardano on its way to the $1.95 town. $1.95 town. Old Cardano cannot be stopped in its tracks. Even DOT doing quite well. The big alts coming back stronger, which means that we still have to have the crap coins. The CCs still have to come through as well. So dollar index, 90.73. This thing's hovering around. I think that if it hovers here, even if it starts selling off a little bit, that's bullish momentum for the markets. So when we're talking about the stock markets, I really feel like things are going to be probably green today. I mean, we're going to see green. We're going to see some recovery. There was a pretty brutal sell-off that happened through this session yesterday. I also think the US 500 will want to come up. So this is the chart that we're watching. Now, I want to go down and just quickly show what we were talking about from a trade perspective yesterday. So we see the market open, and this is where we were yesterday. This is the first hour of trade. This is the second hour of trade. The second hour of trade closed below 41.20. When that happened on a 1 hour chart, it's significant enough for you to put in day trades for the short. Now, did anyone get this? Community members, did anyone get this short in the stock market? Because I certainly thought it was pretty good. Craig Harry Taylor, crypto is the new wheat, and you know how that plays. Tom, hashtag gluten-free Tom. Yeah, I probably should go gluten-free. That's funny. So the 1 hour closes here, and then we see that sell-off that came through. I think that was pretty much a day trade opportunity. It's always going to be one. When you recognize a key area, what's your kind of worst case scenario here? Well, your worst case scenario is it comes back up and then busts off a stop loss either above here or here. So you've got that kind of level that you know where your stop loss is going to be. Your best case scenario is it goes all the way down to like a 39.50 over that day. Or it kind of goes another like 30, 40 points. From a day trade scenario, that is the one. Jason Killoffer says, yes, I am still short. James Neo says, yes. Ray Lim says, yes. Yes, I shorted S&P. Doge to the moon. ADA is going to 2, says C Legend. 195 C Legend. 195, 195. No, it probably goes like 198 or something just to annoy me. But it certainly does look like it's going quite long, and that's awesome to see. So let's just quickly talk about what's happening here in the market. So this is the futures, the fake market. And the fake market is pushing its way towards the 41.20. I kind of feel like it wants to test that from the bottom up. Now we go over, excuse me, 1 second. Let's mute this. My God. All right, so that we go over to the SPX, the real market, and this is where I think we're heading. Somewhere around this 41.20, we kind of bring it back up, test this, and see whether the bears really have control or if this was just a fake breakdown. I feel like the bears have got control of the market, and at least they're going to create that kind of dipping effect. And we're going to go over something that we did in April, which we put back into May, and we basically thought this was going to happen. And let's click on the chart right now. You guys are going to know which one it is. Where did I put it? Whoa, that's blurry. That's not it. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? My God, I got so many tabs up here, guys. I actually don't even know where I put it. Did I not have it open before? I'm sure I had it. Let me just quickly check my other tabs. So annoying when you lose your tabs. All right, that's okay. I'll grab it back up for you. It's important we go over this. That's why. It's because it's this crazy large file. All right, let's open this one up for you. Open with. More apps. Opera Internet Browser. There we go. Haha, we got it done. So here's the chart that we talked about last month. So we had a lot of discussion about this. We talked about this idea that the market's basically following a carbon copy of what it did in 09-10. Now, a lot of people disagree with me on this one. Yeah, that's fair enough. But I'm going to follow what I kind of think is working. And this is kind of working, so why not follow the concept? Now, if this is true and to be believed, let's say the market sped up. I mean, based on this, it's not really sped up in terms of percentage regain. Remember, yes, I know it's made a new high. Back here, it didn't. But if we expect some whipsawing times, does this make a lot of sense? And I think it does, because if you think about the taxation concepts, so you've got tax coming in America. We know there's going to be some tax changes. Those tax changes usually mean negative 5% for the 6 months leading up to those tax changes. The 6 months after it are very positive. So are we super bullish on the market? Yeah, we actually are. We're super bullish on the market over the medium long term. Now, do we think that we're going to have some negative times here? Yes. Why do I think it's not going to be a full-on crash? Few things. One, too much money on the sidelines. That's always been the backstop. You've got kind of the Fed, but don't worry about the Fed. You've still got a lot of liquidity there. But I think the most important thing is the statistics kind of lead the algorithms to push down into pullback levels that happened in Feb. So what would that mean for the Nasdaq? It means that we could be going up, down, and a lot of sideways action, which is perfect for kind of like an options trader. An options trader is going to do pretty well in here, but a investor is going to be sitting there going, man, I can't make any money. What I think is if we do follow this kind of line, so let's say we come down here, what's our play going to be? Healthcare. Healthcare, healthcare, healthcare. Why? Because we know that the cycle is moving the same way. And that means that I like to be ahead. Now, do I want to be super ahead? Or do I want to be behind where everyone else is? I like to be in before everyone else, ideally, but I've got no problem with being part of the participation phase. So imagine if we get something like this. Oh my goodness, when it snaps off a high like that, we are going to be so long. So long. There'll be no more bear left. And of course, we'll be covering that on this channel. What do you guys think about this chart? Is it playing this way or is it not playing this way? Anthony says market's healthy. Short the open, says Dave. Depends where the open gets to. We might as well have a think about, though, where are we going in the open? I want you guys to let me know right now. So we are US 500, 40.73. Where are we going to be in 1 hour and 12 minutes? Guys, put your choices in the chat right now. I would love to see that. Alpha T says, Tom, what's the difference between healthcare and pharmaceutical company? Pharmaceutical companies get belted by the government. Healthcare, I like these kind of things. Like in Australia, we have this stock. It's called CSL, and it does plasma. I love that business. I love all of those businesses because what they are, I like, you know what I really would focus on is like anything that focuses on stuff that supports kind of surgeries, that supports all these things that people have been putting off. How many people missed going to elective surgeries over the last year? All those types of things. I love those businesses. They're great. Things that make us live forever. That's another one. It might even be partially dodgy, but the thing is, if you buy the whole index, you don't really need to worry about it. So look, the way I think about it is this. People will pay a lot for a Rolex watch. Right now, if you are into watches or you're into collectibles or anything, everything's obscenely expensive. But imagine how much they would give away to live another 6 months. Okay? Imagine the ultimate money. And that's where the ultimate money lies. So right now, I still love materials, but we all have to realize that we are in an epic boom on materials. Just check lumber price. It's madness. Michael Davis says, no on healthcare, not with Biden's things a few days ago. Yes, you've got to be very careful there, Michael. So which healthcare do you target? Do you target big pharma? Do you target big healthcare? Do you target worldwide healthcare? Because remember, it's the same philosophy across the world. You can target other countries if you want to. Or do you target like biotech and startups and things that are getting patents? And I think that's a very important point. And you bring up a great one. There's a healthcare providers ETF, says O. Davis. Absolutely. So there's a bunch of different healthcare ETFs. Cure ETF says taxi. That's an Australian one, isn't it? That's a bit dodge. It's like everything in the S&P 500 by like 1%. So I don't think we want to be necessarily in healthcare positioned right now. But if that thing starts to play out, if we see correctly what comes out strong from that correction, it's generally been that healthcare, technology, consumer discretionary all did the best. And it means we're following even more. We can start to trust that kind of concept. And the more we trust that concept and the more we trust that kind of gut instinct that's based on statistics or based on similar monetary policies and some actual facts, then we can have more confidence in holding our investments and our trades. Now, you obviously have to make your own decisions, but it's the type of thing that I'm always thinking about. Have we been in materials on this channel, energy in this channel, financials in this channel since November? Yeah, I've been talking about how great it is, but we must be getting close to the end, because I can tell you those materials are getting obscene. And at some point, it's going to flick the switch. When does that point happen? Probably when we get a huge amount more vaccinations done, when we start opening up the world's economies. So anyway, I'm talking a lot here. I don't know if you guys like my ramblings. I have no idea. But yes, the market, 4,076 on the S&P. I think if we snap this little high off, this 4,082, we're going to watch that throughout the stream. We're going to watch the fake futures. We're going to watch the fake futures together. And if it gets through there, I think we're going to 41.20. So as soon as we get a little closure above there, I think we get a 41.20. And then we find out whether the bulls or the bears truly have control of this market. Right now, it's bears. But the question is, will they sustain, or is this going to be just a little fake out, which nasty Wall Street algos want to do? Truly Messiah says, portfolio diversification required. Yeah, correct. Correct. You got to do it. Lou says, we love the ramblings. All right. Best rambler on YouTube. I don't know about that. I'm sure there's some wild ramblings out there. Let's just quickly look at these super chats, because we've got to do them. 15 minutes ago, John Barnett, you have been very patient. Sorry, John, for getting around so late. $5. Can we check Cardano ADA? I think it's the only crypto not tanking at the moment. Well, yes, correct, John. Very smart. You got big brain, hopefully, and that's why you're in this delicious coin. So we've been talking about this one ever since, down here, $1.40, I think it was, that we went crazy about it. And yeah, it's been the strongest, holding up like a tank. Now, why is it holding up like a tank? It's as simple as this. ADA ETH chart, guys. ADA ETH chart. We'll use the Kraken Crapper data. Now, why does it have me excited? Because ETH has gone so mad. We know that Cardano has the capability of getting pretty serious. Now, you'll notice our line here. This line has not changed. We maintain this line, and we're still at the same level. So because we're looking for ADA to get to this 0.005559, whatever it is, ratio, we thought was going to theorize around $1.95. At this stage, it looks like it probably would be pretty close. Maybe even ADA overshoots the 195. So I do think that ADA is looking excellent. ADA ETH is what I'm kind of using as a ratio. The breakout is occurring at this stage. Wait for like an 8 hour to kind of confirm it. But even if you take the channel distance here, so you say, okay, we were in a distance range channel between these two levels. You got support, 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 resistance, resistance. That's enough. 2 touches each side. Looking good. It's looking good. Then that's going like a 213, 215. So could ADA be the only coin that's actually going a real good pump on it? I think it's been a sleeper here with this Ethereum running through. I still think DOT's a sleeper, guys. The Pokemon DOTS is hated right now. But look at the strong return this coin has on it. There's obviously some giant nasty whales buying this particular coin. And look at this time around. Remember when we last saw this? Link. Remember Link? When it had those big recoveries in it? All the way back here, guys. Remember the big recovery? Flash crash, big recovery. And then it went on all the way to the $50. Now, we've been sick of Link for the time being. We're done with the Link for now. We'll come back to it eventually. But DOT, really, I think DOT is the one that's a bit of a sleeper here. Because when we think about it, while Cardano moves, DOT has to start moving up with it at some point. The DOT Cardano ratio is out of whack. Uniswap's been moving as well quite nicely. So DOT's probably the sleeper. Also look at KSM. I mean, this is crypto, but it kind of answers the question that John had. So KSM, if we think about this one, look at it go. It's all-time highs. It held like a beast through this crash that just happened. And this is effectively the first step before DOT. And the damn thing's off its chain, going crazy. And at the same time, we don't even have DOT getting above $40. So if you were thinking about which of the big alts to be looking at right now, if I had big brain, I don't think it would be Doge for me. I think it would be DOT. I'd be thinking about DOT. Obviously, you need to make your own decisions, but the actual technicals at this point makes some kind of sense. We've got resistances through the 42. We know the 40 is big. We know it just sold off there. Look at this 8-hour reversal that's coming through right now. Look how strong the buying pressure is here. Look at the mad volumes. The mad volume buying that's going on. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about the dot? Age Dogecoin says, I'm an ADA fan, but it does not have any good uses, but you cannot use it ADA at a grocery store. I don't think the crypto market cares about uses anymore, man. We've got a Doge. We've got a picture of another dog, Shibu. I mean, you got other random coins. They could have safety written in them. They could have whatever they feel like. If it has a picture that looks cool, a picture of a purple unicorn, it doesn't matter what it is, they're going up. And that's the problem with the crypto market right now. It's become a joke. And while it's a joke, there's still euphoria here. And that's why I think there's only one more pump left. One more big pump on BTC. I got burned by DOT too many times. No more, says PK Subbard. Yeah, I think it is easy to get burnt in this kind of coin. You basically have to have no stop losses, hey? It's if you're trading it, it's very tough to trade through. I think the only point you can really trade through here is like a closure above 42 and then this 42.30. And when the closure occurs through this, it should sequence quite a lot of heavy buying. But you got to be very careful on DOT. I totally agree with you. It's kind of like over here. The only good trade here for me was like this 38 break. No, wait, sorry, it was 36. I remember it. The 36 break, I liked that trade. I had a decent enough stop loss and it went up to like 40, almost 44. But even here, like I got greedy. I wanted more. I wanted a lot more. It just did not happen. Did not happen. We'll quickly go to the next donation here. Benevolent One, super chat $2. Camera pointed down more, 2 cents more. What? To see more of you, to see less roof. It's not really like roof. It's kind of like this room's like my office. So it's underneath my staircase. I'm like a basement dweller down here, guys. No, actually, the house is pretty nice. But yeah, that's actually some staircase going on right there. This is my my office room. I've set it up. It's like the trading thing. I'll do a little bit of a room tour at some point. You guys can see all my useless junk. But yeah, I'll fix the camera for you. It's at the moment it's kind of like split, so we'll sort that out for the next stream. John Barnett, $5, just saying what's up. Thank you very much, John Barnett. Appreciate your super chat there. There's no message with it, but I assume you're just saying thanks very much. Cool. Okay, let's back onto this market because I think we've got to be laser focused onto this thing. The crypto market, look, pick your poison. There's plenty of things that are at basement dwelling prices right now. Which one do you want? Big alts, there's plenty of opportunity. There's going to be a lot of double bottoms. There's going to be a lot of similar structure. Once you see structure on one coin, you're going to see the structure across almost all the coins. So remember, just like last time, what happened was it crashed. It went like this. And almost every coin had this opportunity on it. And then you just pick the one that you like the most because they all move kind of in unison at the beginning with the flash crash and the pickup. And then the ones that break out, that's going to be for you to do those breakout analysis. So let's load up here the pre-market. I haven't looked at it yet. So I'm going to look at it for the first time with you guys. We'll start off with the speculation. The speculation market. What is going on here? Oxygen up 6%. God, that's low. $9. I remember it was a lot higher than that. AMC, 1087. J-Rock, you out there, man? You'd be happy. $10 close was so strong for AMC. I mean, I don't cover AMC much anymore on this channel because I'm sick of it. But it's a 10. Look, whenever you get above a $1 range on AMC, it's super strong. And that's why you're seeing 5.23 today. Taking out those stop losses, like if you get above 11, you will see 12. But you have to have significant time frame closes, not some crap 5-minute chart. You need significant time frame closes. So that's why AMC is running through there. I mean, it's already almost hit 11, so it's getting close to that kind of first resistance. We've got Tilray, we've got everything else kind of coming through here. I expect Mara and Riot to be down hard. There they are, 21 and 24.56. These two, though, bring me in to thinking about coin. I want to know how much coin is down today. And yes, we're talking about that hideous IPO recently, Coinbase. We are actually going to talk about that today because I actually think that there could be an earnings result here of interest in Coinbase. ASML, ServiceNow, LAM, SE, SEA up 1.54%. Cool company. I might actually share some research in the public Discord community. !Discord in the chat if you haven't joined the public Discord community. Obviously, we have a private one as well. But I might share something that one of the private members shared with the community. It's pretty cool. It's a very in-depth analysis on SE. Like, I mean, very in-depth. Like, it might take you about 2 hours to read it. I read about 50% of it and looked through the bits that I wanted. And I can tell you it was a great write-up. It was a great write-up. I very much enjoyed it. Here's all the others that are up. PayPal's up. Cool. On the downside, we have Alibaba. Alibaba down. BlackRock, John Deere, Lilly, JP Morgan, and the rest. So I think today is going to be probably a bullish day for some point in the morning. Now, what happens at the close, we don't know. But I like this. Okay, so we go down here to the 2 hour. If we believe fake futures, and we don't usually believe fake futures, but if we believe the fake futures, this is the type of setup that makes me think strength. And why is this? Well, we've effectively got a base, a second base, kind of like a double bottom, but obviously it's a lower trough. And then we've got this point of resistance that's being formed through the sessions. Resistance, 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 resistance. Now, if we close above that, do we expect some buying pressure? Yeah, I would. Now, is it great? I don't think it's like exceptional. And that's why I say that not every day do you have a great trade. I don't think this is an exceptional kind of position, but it's a very interesting setup. And it's the type of setup that makes you think as soon as it smashes through here on something like the real market, it could have a little bit of legs up there to the 13.3 kind of, at least to the 13.2. For so scalpers and stuff, they're going to be like looking at this very closely because through the session, I could see at least that 100 points coming up. So I think we're going to have a first hour of being positive here in the market. Then the market's going to take control and find out what it wants to do. But I would have no hesitation in thinking that the S&P may go back to the 4120, test it, and find out whether the bulls or the bears are truly going to happen. Thad says, Tom, you just skipped over coin when you were going to the screen for it. I haven't skipped over it. I want to bring it onto the charts. Let's bring on this demon thing, Coinbase. Ugh, sick stock. So the other day it hit 250 and we talked about this on the channel. This was the zone that I thought would have the most bullish power. And the reason why was simply this. That's where it was meant to list. Everyone knows in the back of their mind, they're all thinking 250, 260, 250, 260. We actually blasted down there and very quickly recovered. I mean, that was a pretty good 21% recovery here. Now, it's going to be down because of BTC's price. And ultimately, it gets hurt by instability in the coin market. But what things have we had recently? We've got the Doge. Do Coinbase offer Shibu? Lunchable Connoisseur says, Talcoin on the 5 minute said, what crash? We'll have a look at Talcoin for you later. So I can't remember if Coinbase have Shibu. I don't use Coinbase. But they have like all these cryptos. And of course, every new person has been getting into cryptos over the last month. I mean, the Doge YouTubers are getting wildly popular. Like they're growing like 100, 200,000 subs in like a month. I wish we had that kind of grow here. PK says no, but watching it. Yeah, so that will be a thing that if it goes in, Shibu will go wild. But they do have Dogecoin. So because they've got these other coins, I think they're getting a lot of transactions. That equals profit. They charge a huge rate. So there will be a lot of profit in this earnings, which is today, isn't it? When is it coming out? When's Coinbase's earnings, guys? What time? Morning or night? They don't have Doge? I thought they did have Doge. Oh, okay. I thought they definitely have ADA. I thought they had Doge. I mean, I don't have this position, but it's definitely something I'm thinking about. Oh, well, anyway, it's going to open at 275. It's going to open right on support. So basically, this is the first level of support, 275, 276. See how it's bought off that zone every time. Buy, 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 buy. And then the next support is 260, 250. So I think there's going to be two buying areas that happen here on this coin. Obviously, earnings is the big thing. So earnings is the big thing. I can't buy Doge on coin. Oh, well, there you go. Can't do it. No Doge or, well, XRP I know is banned. Get on the Binance? Yeah. Yeah, the Binance is probably a better choice. Anyway, the coin here, it's going to open on support. So ahead of this kind of thing, is this worth a position? If you liked it and you think that crypto is going to recover, I think this is the better play than Riot or Mara. Just from a crypto perspective, it's going to run with BTC. So if you're bullish and you're in the stock market, this is the type of one that I would be looking at, because it's not 400 and whatever dollars it was. What was it up here? So stupid. 427. It's now back down in the 275s at support ahead of course, the pre-market. So it's an interesting one. I definitely think it's something that, I guess is worth a further consideration from some people out there. Imagine if they gave Doge. Alpha T, $2. Giving control of crypto to Elon, just silly. Didn't he lose the ledger, or is that a fake news story? Did he actually lose the ability to find some of the coins, guys? Let me know. Alpha T, super chat $2. Thank you so much, Alpha T. Mushroom Cap, super chat $4.99. Good morning, Tom. Can you take a look at REN and SNX? Both have been quiet. Surely can. And then Walter Clinch, super chat $2.50. PCC, please. The put call ratio. Okay, well, let's load up PCC. So put call ratio. You always want to go to daily for this one. You don't want to pay attention to it during the day, only on the close. So here's the PCC. And this is probably why we have a bit of a green day. Look how many puts were opened yesterday. Lots and lots of puts, guys. Lots and lots of puts. So there'll be people buying puts, and ultimately Wall Street wants to trap these kind of put positions. So here were the high points of puts over the last couple of months. There's actually a very high put ratio. Put ratio here, 1.004. So this means lots and lots of protection has been bought out, and it kind of creates that sideways action that you sometimes see in the market to make things expire worthless. So I think the PCC is not really showing us too much here. I only use it as like a 5% tool. I like it when it's in the 0.6s, because when you're in the 0.6s and you've already got your analysis saying overbought, resistance, that kind of thing, what this means is that not many people are buying protection. And if you have a low put call ratio and not many people are buying protection at the top of the market, that means there's more likely that a market will go down. If you actually go through put call ratios and you go through how many puts are in the market over a bull run, you'll find from the global financial crisis all the way through to the pandemic, there was a huge amount of puts opened over time. Almost all the time there were tons of puts in the market because everyone thought it was always going to crash. The thing is, it didn't. And sometimes it had pullbacks, but it didn't generally crash. And that's Wall Street's game they play here. Thoughts on unemployment numbers and PPI? I didn't really look at the numbers. Let's have a quick look. Most of these kind of smaller bits of news, you generally don't really look at them. So we scroll through. Where are we here? So you'll notice that these two numbers here are only yellow news here, which means their importance level to the market is mediocre, usually not even worth looking at all. The numbers look like they're basically slight wins, which is fine. Unemployment claims as well. This is too early to really be telling in the month because, of course, we won't see these numbers really show through until non-farms. These bits of news, I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. This is close enough, so whatever. This is slightly better in terms of PPI and core. That's going to probably push the markets a little bit lower from the action of bad news or good news is bad news, etc., etc. But I wouldn't pay into these bits of information. The way I look at it is like tomorrow we have, this is my time, by the way, in Australia. So for our stream tomorrow, we're going to have core retail sales and retail sales in general. I think for the first time in a while, that's going to be something we want to look at. But today's information, meh. These two, we'll check them out tomorrow for sure. So my thoughts are, whatever. So coin is on support ahead of the earnings. Mushroom Cap wanted to have a look at REN and SNX. Let's have a quick look at these two. So REN, is this the one you want? I assume it's this. Tell me if it's the coin or not, Mushroom Cap. So we'll go to the daily. Looks like it's been sick for quite some time. So it had that run in Feb, and then just a lot of people holding it as it's kind of degrading over time. What the hell happened with that? That is dodgy bit of data. This looks okay. I mean, it's basically on supportish kind of area. If you're looking for where to find strength, like all of the other cryptos, you'll notice this has that recovery, like BTC, makes a slight new high, then comes down. So what do you need? You need it to go through this zone. As soon as it goes through this zone, this 87, then you know it's going to prove to like a 96, and then that becomes your kind of battle zone. So it looks fine. It's at support. Probably not too interested in it. SNX, I assume again the coin. This one looks a lot better. Instantly, I tell you that. Because what it's done is, firstly, the sell-off has been not as brutal. It's also been sitting for quite some time. It's broken, or it looks like it's going to try to close through this high. So let's go to the 8-hour here on SNX. Nice. So it's really trying here. This 22 is going to be a significant level for it. Not bad. I'm not sure how big this coin is, but SNX 22 break. Let's have a look at the change. I'm going to take that distance there as my extrapolated amount out, because I think that's the clearest level of sup. And that should prove pretty close to the high, which it does. I actually think this is not bad. This has that kind of movement where once it gets through 22, which is the closure, get any closure above this, then we should start to see some movement up to the 28. Not bad at all. That's much better. Thank you for the donation. Okay, so today, what's our thoughts on the market? Green at this stage. Let's have a look at that 1 hour, because I noticed the Nasdaq just broke through. 15 minute. There it is, 1 minute 52 till it closes, and it looks like it's going to break here. So I do think this is going to go green. I think the US 500 is going to try to test the 4120. This teller is going to be the 4082 in terms of the futures, and it's not my preferred way of trading. This is what a day trader will mostly do. They'll come in, they'll look at the market, they'll have a look here, and they'll say, okay, we've got these kind of trough formations. If we close above here, we're going to take longs into this type of trade. If we short here, then we're going to take further shorts and look for a snap of the low through the session. That's what a day trader traditionally will do, just using basic price action. The problem with that is the algos are so damn quick nowadays that they don't always give you that opportunity like yesterday where you had the 1 hour close below 4120. It was a clear sell. Clear sell. When you see that, it's a great trade. When you see something like this, it's more uncertainty. Like, do I think that the statistics would be like high or higher that this happens? Yeah, sure. But are they enough for me to take a position like that? My general thought process is no. If I've got other investments that I'm interested in, then sure. But other than that, it's not really, it's just not good enough, if you know what I'm saying. Verified News, Super Chatted, Dave Super Chatted $5. So what is XRP besides a crypto? What's its utility? Oh, it's meant to be this bank. Oh, it's stupid. It's stupid. It basically, the concept was that it was going to be the real utility of the banking sector. I'd never really paid too much attention to XRP. Even when it first came out years ago and it had those runs on it, I've never liked this coin. I've never liked this idea that it's kind of like a centralized concept in a decentralized scenario. Always with crypto, it's always been about decentralization. In fact, when I first saw things like Dash, Monero, all of those, I thought, oh, these privacy coins, that's like the Doge of the Doge. I think that's going to be really good. But we saw them kind of die out. Just for the sake of it, Dave, this is the kind of thing that I'm looking at here on XRP. Series of lower highs. It's been quite weak. For me, it's clearly this 138. If you're an XRP fan, we get through this 138.888 right here. You're double bottoming hardcore there. And that's going to lead for some pretty nice gains. In fact, if you take that distance, this distance is going to lead straight into that peak here. And I think there could be even more in it. So XRP, not the worst coin once it gets through the 138. But until that point happens, it's boring. But I like all the sequences here. You've got the lower highs getting snapped off, and then at the same time, you've got that previous peak getting hit and the double bottom proofing with the top here. So I like that kind of setup on XRP. Jay Berg says, I've always hated XRP. Yeah, Rocktopus says, XRP is trash, won't touch it. I've touched it before. I got a little bit down and dirty with it a few months ago, but that was super risky. I mean, what was I doing? I was betting against the SEC and betting the crypto would pick it up. But did I get the whole move? Hell no, because I have. If you want to talk about what the ultimate paper hands would be for Tom, I would have ultimate paper hands on XRP. And I think most people do, and that's the problem with it. So XRP, the ultimate paper hand. The second one is Doge. I'm way too paper hand on Doge. I would be in it only for trades and nothing more because I have very little faith in it, unfortunately. Smoke if you got him. Super chat at $5. AMD, please. Certainly will do that. Smoke if you got him. We'll do it soon. Let's read some of the room here. Eduardo wants ARK KK. Let's have a quick look here. My God, what a terrible fall from grace so far for ARK KK. It's going to be up in today's session so far. But if you were looking at this from a technical analysis standpoint, let's say you didn't know that it's effectively a bunch of other companies and it's a managed fund. You would take this distance, you would extrapolate that out, and you would say this thing's going to 86. And then you would call it 90. You would basically say this thing is going to 90. I'm very comfortable with that. And you would say short. Now, for anyone that ever does TA on this, I would not suggest it because while it does show all of the underlying holdings, the problem is it's not a major index. It's not an actual individual stock. It's the culmination of them all. So I would not do the analysis here. I would instead say, okay, what's the Nasdaq doing? If the Nasdaq's shorting, predominantly ARK is going to be shorting. And you could also go through the major kind of holdings and see what's happening. So is TDOC looking horrible? I think it's going to probably find some support base here, but it's absolutely terrible. Yeah, from a perspective, it's a full-on falling knife. Tesla, it's struggling right now. The other holdings it's got, Square, etc. Square's coming into support right now today. It's sitting around 202. I mean, if you believe in crypto, that's another one like Coinbase, but the earnings are over, that is right on the level of support. Verified News says, my hands are made of paper. Oh, yeah. I'm very, very... so XRP is just price pure speculation. It's not pure spec... Well, every coin is generally speculation with some base behind a lot of them. Because at these prices, you are talking speculation on a lot of them. That being said, XRP also has all sorts of litigation issues. So you've got big issues there. You've got centralized ownership by some of the original founders, which is the whole problem behind it. But yes, there's spec on everything right now in the crypto market. Most coins are pure, a lot of speculation with great concepts that are worth less than their current valuation. That's my opinion. Boomer institutions all trying to crush Kathy. We're gonna make her look bad, says Viking Steel. Yeah, kind of could be things. Diamond hands can also make you broke, says Elegant Aware. Absolutely. If you pick the wrong company, you can get messed up by the diamond hands concept. You want to know, like, you have diamond hands for a while. What have I always played? I've always gone with the idea of I hold it through the concept of the standard base, which is effectively at the beginning of a cycle. Like, let's say you see a crash and you see a boom rally. Which sector do you guys think? There's only two sectors I like really anymore, but which sector do you think I would hold at all points forever? Actually, guys, tell me which sector you think you would hold forever. So if you were to go, okay, do the Warren Buffett thing, let's close the market for 10 years and come back out, you don't have to, everything else still functioning, but the market is closed for 10 years. Which sector would you own? Interesting question for the community right now. XLM, yeah, Stellar. Let's have a quick look at Stellar. Still breaking out nicely. All the old coins are going though. EOS, which was a Korean popularized coin last time round. I was actually surprised I missed EOS. I shouldn't have missed that one. Bitcoin Cash even's been running so far. Viking says those institutional short sellers should be in jail. Yes. Smoke wants AMD. Look, there's not much more I can say about XLM because it's broken out. It's gone on that big rally. And the problem with it, I feel like it's kind of had this rally. It's had this hype. And now it's kind of going to sit there around for a bit while the other coins start to get some more action. Could be wrong, but not my favorite is XLM. And I have a few friends that love that thing. So let's go over to AMD. coming in 75.66. I tell you what, if you have steel and you are steeled to AMD and you love it, is it on support? Yeah, it's right on it, guys. And it's been here a few times. Earnings over, clawing back a whole bunch from Intel. But geez, oh geez, you do not want that support to be broken. At least I guess you have a clear level that you know. So here's what people said. Railroad, says Trevor. Yeah, I love railroads. But that's actually not what I'd take. Tech, REITs and tech, Microsoft, healthcare and utilities. That's an interesting one for Kmart. Oil. Wow, Josh, you're a beast. Josh wants to take oil into a 10-year. I love your true diamond hands there. Healthcare, D's nuts, says Trader Squad. All right, man. Biotech, commodities, ! Discord. Well, if you carry that through, that's pretty cool. Alphabet, Coca-Cola, utilities, water. Water's a cool one as well. Yeah, I'd probably take tech. I'd probably just take a smattering of tech sector and be done with it. And just say, yep, I'll take tech. Or I'd take probably like a biotech as well. I kind of feel pretty strongly about biotech in the next future because this idea of making people live longer and making people have better lives and our research into effectively making us not superhuman, but people will pay anything for their health. It's the number one thing. If you went and you did insurance sales, they always go with this spiel, and the spiel is always the same thing. And it's basically like, you know, would you protect your car? And then you say yes. Do you protect your house? And you say yes. And then they say, do you protect, you know, your diamond ring? And you say yes. And it's like, do you protect your family? And then you're always going to say, yeah. And they'll be like, you need to buy life insurance or something like that. Or you need to buy healthcare. You know what I mean? Yeah, guys, that's the kind of, if you have the snake oil on and you've got it slicked back hair, and for anyone out there that slicks back their hair, I'm sorry that you guys are going with the stereotype there, but you get what I'm saying. They always say, why wouldn't you insure your family or something? And then they go through that run. And the truth is that most people will spend that money on anything. So AMD, right on support here. If you're wondering, this was a question from Smoke It, if you've got them, where this thing goes. It's all about here. And if it holds here, all good. But how do you know when it holds here? I'm looking laser focused. You got to be like full on, like red-eyed into this chart right now, almost watching it with alerts. I want to see you have alerts under here. I want to see you have alerts above this zone here, especially above 78. And you got to be laser focused in on the charts right now because you want the lightning bolt up. You need the trough to be formed in. You need a peak and you need a higher trough and you need a break of the sequence. Ideally 1 hour and above, because that's going to prove to you that AMD's found base. But you're not going to know that until it does it, because it's starting to get scary how many times it's come down here. I mean, we've bought it a few times around here. But generally we have seen very quick resilience. Now we saw resilience the first time. Yesterday we got more testing. Now we need to see further resilience. I might look for like a 77 break. I don't mind giving up a few bucks to get in on what I think is going to be a much stronger move back to the 84. Still good percentage there. So AMD, that's the kind of way I think about it. Conscious says, Tom, you nailed it, my guy. That's right. Yeah, I may or may not have sold insurance in the past. No, but you know exactly what we're talking about. These genomics, yes, genomics is good. And I do like railroads, yes. Railroads. We have got a big donation coming in here from Derek. Let's give him a clap, guys, in the class, in the chat. In the chat, you can tell I've done education for a while. Hong Kong, $50. That's like $10, man. Thank you very much. Maybe it's more in Australian dollars now. I'm not sure. Hi, Tom. Awesome stream as always. Stocks devastated, but I got a nice 40% raise. That's a sick raise, man. And I'm here to get you a beer to spread the joy. Well, firstly, Derek, congratulations, man. That is a sick raise. 40%. You tell me, Derek, what are you going to do? Are you going to be big brain or small brain with that? Well, firstly, of course, donating to the stream. I mean, that might be one of the best things you can do with your money. I mean, obviously, other than, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to invest it, would you? That'd be stupid. But what else are you going to do? Are you going to buy some flashy new C-Class Mercedes? I don't think so. You're going to invest that money wisely, sir. As well, all those plebs are buying their C-Class Mercedes and driving around with and putting their Rolex on there. You ever seen watch people? They always put their Rolex. Like, I love watches, guys. But they put they're so tosser. This is so tosser. They put the watch picture in front of their car logo, like on their steering wheel. And then they've got this shot of it. Oh my God, it makes me sick. They always do it. And I'm just always look at it and I'm like, so pretentious. And then they probably put it on Instagram. It's terrible. It's terrible. Thank you very much, Derek. Congratulations on the 40% rise. Augusto says, buy Bugatti. Wow, that probably goes up. Hey, investment grade cars, no problems. But if you've taken a Mercedes in, and in Australia especially, and you get that thing serviced, and they say, hey, how you going? Would you like a free coffee? And you say, yeah, I'd love a free coffee. I'd love a free coffee. And then guess what they do? They smash you with the $2,500 bill. They kick you out. And then they say you need new tires. That's what they do. Franklin Matthew says lame. What do you mean lame? Do you want to have a C-Class, Franklin? What is a tosser? Oh, okay. Tosser's like a douchebag. It's maybe Australian sweat. Australian slang. I have a Rolex sweatband. Oh, that's pretty cool. New money equals no class. Maybe. Tip it on your Mercedes. Yeah. I would not own a Mercedes. I've seen what they cost, and it's not going to be cool for me. I've driven them; they're fun, but other than that, we stay away from them. Stay away from Mercedes. All right, back to the markets. US 100. Let's see how this thing's closing. So we're going down to the time frames. We've got 2 minutes till this closes, so I'm going to watch this. Now, if you're a trader, stay away from the 1 minute charts and 5 minute charts. I think. Maybe not in the indices, you can probably stay in there, but in certain, maybe just some stocks. But when the volatility gets really high, I think you can kind of go down to the smaller time frames. But in general, when the volatility isn't high, you cannot be on the smaller time frames because what happens, you get a lot of false breakouts. And you don't want those false breakouts to really affect your scalps and those kind of day trades. So I think it's like a rule. If you have like high VIX, high volatility, you can go and you can probably get down and dirty with your scalp techniques. But if you've got low VIX, you might want to consider doing more your swing and your day trade on the bigger kind of investments. It's much better. What do you think of Mercedes AMG? Love the sound. Still wouldn't own one. But I own a Merc. Well, Massey, you can tell us here, if you own a Merc, how much does that beast cost you to service all the time? It will be quite a lot. Noah, Super Chat, $2. You think the market going to crash even more today? I don't think so. Let's have a quick look around some of the stocks. We'll get our notepad of gloriousness out. Let's get this from the other day. So what did we find out when we kind of correctly predicted the update? So we had the sell-off day yesterday. I guess we kind of got that right because we thought about the levels. And then we did our analysis on these stocks. And I'm sure many of you want analysis on these stocks anyway. So we had our Facebook, our Tesla, our Apple, our Google, our Microsoft, and our Amazon. So let's go through those after reading the super chats and we'll find out what's next. So Noah, your question will be answered soon. Thank you very much for the $2. And then we've got Alandria. Super chatted BGN 10.99. I'm not sure how much that is, but thank you very much. Hi, any thoughts on Reef Coin? Thank you. Let's have a quick look at Reef Coin. We've done Reef Coin once before, I think, on the stream, maybe twice. Whoa, the day it came in. How big is Reef Coin? Let's have a quick look at Coin Market Cap. Load up the Reef. By the way, everyone, follow us on Twitter at FX Evolution on Twitter. Definitely come on over. I like it. $519 million. Okay, so back to the Reef Coin for a second. Where are we? Must be the fourth one. There we go. It's full on trapped. can we figure out how to know when the breakout occurs? Oh, there's a lot of wicks. There's no body closures. 8 hours probably always the best time frame. So I think like Reef's right on support. So that firstly is a good sign. The upside here is initially from that 0.04 to 0.052. The problem is it's hit this multiple times. February, March, and just a few... When was this? Wow. So this was literally just a few days ago. It was about to have a run. And then it got crushed yesterday. Why did it go on this run is my question. Because that is very interesting. Huge amounts of volume. Obviously good news. I think it was ready to break out. And this BTC thing kind of crushed it down. If it gets through 53 on a close on an 8 hour, I feel like you're looking good. And that run could be pretty significant too. It might even go as high as, I think, every 10 cents is going to be a thing. So the 0.06 I don't think is going to be a problem for you though. Maybe like 0.08 to 0.1, something like that. So percentage wise, it's got some pretty serious ability to get some nice return for you and go towards that 1 million market cap. Because you've got the range here between 0.027 and 0.05. If you took that range, extrapolated out that move, that would be calling for a 0.08. So I think 0.08 is possible here. Okay. I didn't mind that one at all. Unfortunately, it looks like the stupid bot is going to come through with a whole bunch of subscribers. But thank you very much to everyone that has subscribed. And also, I can see on my phone, a few people have come over to the Twitters and followed us there at FX Evolution. Definitely check it out. Sorry about the Streamlabs thing, guys. I haven't been able to fix it yet today. Just too much wildness going through these markets. So let's quickly go back over to those things that we were talking about. So firstly, I want to start with Twitter. And that wasn't actually on my chart. I had some interest in the Twitters recently. So the Twitters is on my watch list. I'm going to watch this with the community. I'm not interested in investing in it, but I am interested in the opportunity to trade something down here. So I'm going to continue to watch Twitter because I actually think that there could be some upside here on this stock. So this is the watch this space. Today, it has no interest for me. So we will come back to this one. Let's now check out Facebook. Where is Facebook? So Facebook, after yesterday's move, is smack bang still around support. Didn't really do anything. It shows actually quite a lot of strength here in Facebook that the market kind of dumped and Facebook's still floating around the 300s. So I think this is actually one of the better performing stocks moving forward in the big tech. This has some sleeper businesses that Facebook owns. Remember, think of it as it's not just Facebook, it's the other things that Facebook owns. Welcome to the 1,737 viewers as well. Hopefully you guys are enjoying today's session. Tomorrow we'll be coming at you with everything else. Just because the market crashed yesterday a little bit further, I have to cover the market, but I do want to do super cycles in a session tomorrow. And I still want to talk about that software. So we'll be doing that tomorrow as well. That cool free software that does all the fundamental stuff because it's pretty awesome thing. So make sure you subscribe. Come along to that tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. I know I said today, but I won't do it just yet. So Facebook on support. So we can go back to our little stupid notepad and we'll go Facebook support. Okay, let's have a look at Tesla. Where is Tesla opening? 603. So it's opening kind of around support. So we'll go with support today for Tesla. Okay, let's go to AAPL. AAPL floating, I will call this neutral. I don't know if anyone will disagree with me on this. It's neutral to me. So it was neutral last time as well, in the middle of nowhere. Let's have a look at Alphabet. Alphabet now is certainly not on support. So it's come down quite heavily. So that was support the day we thought would go, the whole market would recover. This actually got bashed heavily. So I would say this is down. So I'll write that down. I will say down because that looks terrible. I do not like where Alphabet is. Let's have a look at the daily. Daily 50. Oh my God, that's quite compelling though. I hate the market structure here. But since when is this odds here? And that was awesome. 1712 was awesome. But damn, that 50's good. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's so good. 2200. I love having structure with the 50. Okay, I'm going to call it moderate support because I don't like it enough. If I just traded the moving average and nothing else, I would say, hell yeah. All right, let's check out Microsoft together now. Microsoft. Okay, daily, weekly 20. So it's another one that's hitting support on just the moving average. A little bit of structure in here. I mean, it all kind of makes me think there's a bit of buying here. You know what I mean? So you see what we're putting together here, guys? We've got like a 13,000 Nasdaq, round number. Then we've got these big stocks are kind of hitting levels that traditionally they've been picked up on all the way through this rally cycle. We have Alphabet there hitting a moving average. You guys saw it, that blue line. We saw it, we were like, whoa, I was dazzled by it. And then Microsoft's also on support again. Yesterday, it crashed back through to this point. I mean, this is pretty damning, pretty good 20 moving average on the weekly. What kind of discount is this from recent highs? To about 10%. And then we check out Amazon. Okay, daily. Oh, Amazon's certainly on support. All right, so we've got it written up here. And again, today, I'm feeling all right about these overall. So Tesla is around 600. That's a level that I think is being bought by the market. We've got Apple neutral. Don't care where that is right now. Google will go with moderate support being the 50 for the first touch. Microsoft in a firm level of a moving average. And then Amazon on support as well. So that kind of makes me think that we've got some bullish momentum for at least part of the session. Now let's go back over to the US 100, see what happened there. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. Remember, this is fake news, but because it's the pre-market. But yeah, that closure seems to lead towards bullish pressure. Thank you very much for following, by the way, guys. Elon just bought a lot of crypto yesterday, says Conscious. Do you have facts on that one, Conscious? Can you send it to me in Discord? Let me have a look here. Oh, here we go. Miles has sent it to me. Let me click this. Let me have a look at this one with you guys. Elon Musk owns billions of dollars of Bitcoin. He isn't selling because of this inaccurate energy narrative. Don't watch what they say, just watch what they do with their money. Hey, true. True. Very interesting stuff. Check out this trending, by the way, in Australia. Bitcoin narrative, 633K tweets. Wow. Wow, that's nuts. Thank you very much, Miles, by the way, for sending that through. What do you guys think? I don't even know how to use Twitter, you know. Let me click on this. Does this take me home? The hell do I get home? There we go. Follow at FX Evolution. We put on 60 or 70 followers today. Thank you so much, guys. At FX Evolution. Let me put it in here in the chat. I would love to get this over 1,000 if each one of you subscribed right now. I'm posting a few things, and I'll start posting a little bit more here. I've linked it up to the Discord as well. So I talked about the Bitcoin today, and I also talked about the fact that we lost $500 billion yesterday in the markets. So US 100 is looking kind of okay. We've done our little bit of analysis across those, which is good. Elon is tanking Bitcoin to buy the dip. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like he could be. I mean, that's dirty. Like, I don't know. The way I see it is, obviously that news may even be filtering through because we've seen BTC come up here since doing the stream. But it is true. Like, they often say, they kind of like, I feel like it's like this road me around. So they take the ability to say this time and time again where it's like, oh, it's your turn to give the false narrative. It's your news article to be written about how like this is going to happen. You're going to be wrong, but then we'll be wrong and we'll all be wrong. at different points in time, and we'll all be right at different points in time in the narrative. It's wild how that stuff works. Twitter is only useful if you want to complain or argue with someone or everyone. No, I think it's all right. I'm supporting the Twitters. I wouldn't mind posting stuff there, like little images and stuff. I've been using TradingView, but the problem with TradingView is every time I record, it deletes my recording, and then I can't be bothered re-recording. So you'll notice I kind of stopped recording there recently, and I would rather maybe use Twitter for now. So that's it. Conscious says, but he's playing with too many people's money. Yeah, exactly. Well, doesn't matter. Okay, let's go back over some other things. So we were talking about biotech before. Now, this is one that Kathy Wood's been buying quite a lot of, this Beam thing. And it had its earnings. Now, I didn't read its earnings, but it went from about 56.87 well back up and got back above the support. Now, why is this interesting to me? It's purely technical. If we think about this level and how important it is, this 66.55 has been found as support several times. We've now created two daily wicks, right around this level. And you know why I love daily wicks? Because I want daily close above 67. Now, if we get daily close above 67, what does that tell us about the market? Well, not only was whatever the hell happened in this earnings not bad, because it pushed the market back up here. We know also that the old Kathy Wood and all her followers will be buying little bits of Beam or whatever. It's a biotech company. I like biotech. It's not big. It's about $4 and a bit billion, so still not huge. And if it closes above these wicks, that's really telling us that we've got a point where the market is finding bullish momentum. It said no to all the short sellers that were above here, that were around here, and it's ready to move to the next level. Where's the next level? 83. That's cool. Why do I love it even more after that? Because what does this become? In my opinion, it becomes a channeling range, because let's call this an outlier effect that happened around earnings. We'll ignore that because we know it's news related, so we'll scrap that off. And then all of a sudden, we've got this biotech play that we could take all the way back up to 99. So it depends on us closing above 71.35. But again, that presents that bullish momentum that then can create that 82-ish kind of ish dollars, 83-ish dollars, and then past that point can get us to the 98.76 in biotechnology, which is at this point quite strong. Ghazi says, vote 1 if you think Bitcoin will go up and 0 if not. All right, man. We'll go with that. How does Twitter win money? How do they make money? Is that what you mean? Dollar is about to gain strength again, and that's why they are moving their money out of crypto, says Bloodbath McGrath. Dollar index does look relatively strong at this point. People cancelling orders for Cybertrucks because of what Elon just did. Is that true, Valdo? That's wild. So yeah, Beam this is just a good TA lesson. If you get these kind of rejections and then you get a closure above those rejections, like always, that's a very strong signal. We've seen it in gold when we've done analysis on that, and we've seen it on several other things. So we're about, wow, this time has gone very quickly. We're only about 16 minutes off the open here. Let's just quickly go through gold, go through the rest of the market. Guys, send in a few things as well if you want them to be looked at. I think oh wait, I got Echo Aurora asking for a super chat as well. I missed that one before Echo. I'll do it in a second. I think we've caught up other than that. So gold, still kind of maintaining these things in the middle of nowhere land. I'm super interested though at 1842. So I think we've been really spot on here with gold. Did we get it to the perfect T? No. Did we kind of predict 1825? I would say yes. You can go back over the videos. We've done pretty consistently there talking about this level. But at this point, I'm not interested in it. Why? Because I'm waiting for the next breakout. This is what I call like the coiling boring effect. There's probably trades within trades here. And hey, you can make money at any market if you know what you're doing. But I don't particularly like it. Now, it comes back down to this 1800 zone. So if we get back to 1800, then gold interests me again. I'll be looking for lightning bolts here. I think we'll cover this on the channel if it does occur. If it goes past 1843, we'll cover it on the channel because I'm interested. Silver, similar scenario, but silver's pulling back a little bit more aggressively. I'm actually kind of getting interested in it around 2650, 2660. I think at this point, what I'd like to see is a lightning bolt on a smaller time frame, 2 hours or above, and then we can take it back to these highs, possibly the $28 range. Possibly the $28 range. So very interesting stuff on silver. US oil dropped a bit yesterday. It tried to break past this 66, but the sell-off in the market was a bit much for it. I still remain pretty optimistic in terms of bullishness on this. I think once we get past this 66 break, we're going towards 75. So we just need to close above here. That's all we need. This time frame will show it to you, the weekly. Look at the importance here. 66, sell off. 66, no body close. 66, double wick rejection. So it's probably going to close bearish this week. But if we get a bullish close weekly on oil above 66, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's when we go to the 75 and we start to get that kind of nice movement up. So oil's not done yet, but at this point, I think it could be all over for it. Do you ever trade the OTC markets? Very rarely. I used to trade a lot of Forex, like all the time. I generally swing trade and mostly invest because with swing trading, it takes very little time. You just see daily closes, 4-hour closes, bang, bang, bang. But I've done it all. I've done it all over time. Elon lost any credibility he had yesterday, I believe, permanently, says Will S. I think people have like very short memory and they'll come back and they'll love him again in like a week. He's already done this once. He pumped Doge, kind of sent it to collapse, and then people still loved him straight after it. People aren't going to hate on Elon straight away. They're going to hate on him for a day, and then 2 days later, they're going to be like, it's all good, man. It's all good. Okay, so we had some requests here for a few stocks. I just want to go through Square first, because Square's going to hit right on, well, it almost hit on pre-futures support. So $200 is a tank for Square. This is a very tank zone for it. Huge amounts of support through this zone. It's going to open at 206. It was a 202 just before. It's very, very, very solid kind of level. If it breaks through here, I would be very concerned for the stock. But this is the zone. This is the zone. You guys can see it. Any flip through it during the day might go to like 190 is possible during this sell-off. I would hope buying pressure comes straight back in though. Very strong. Now we had some other requests for NEO. Come around to NEO. Oh man, what can I say? Hold the line, guys, if you can. Yeah, if it comes through here again, it's doomed. It's just barely holding on. We gap below, came up yesterday, a miniature close underneath the line. I mean, how do you read this? Do you say it's all over at 32 for NEO, or do you say it's all over now? I think it's in a precarious situation like a lot of these stocks. They're all sitting just on the perfect support. AMD's on perfect support. We saw a lot of those big techs all on perfect support. So it's make or break here for these ones. Elon made his fortune on Bitcoin, says J-Dog. I don't think so. The guy's a god in terms of making, he's a hardworking beast. What can you do? He's a hardworking beast. I got a few friends that work for him, actually. Or a few people I know. Supposedly he's a taskmaster, guys. he works you, he kind of like works you in. He's not letting you get away with sick days, that's for sure. Let's have a look here at Nvidia. Right in the middle. This stock has been super sleepy. The sleepy sleep. I feel like it moved way too quickly for its own good. It became an absolute sensation over the last couple of years. When you put it in perspective, it was insane. I mean, it's a great AI technology company, everything, but from 2015, it was $30. Went up to 282, crashed during 19, down to 123, and it's been relatively stable up here. But I think it's a matter of valuation. They're kind of getting enough just to hold it through. But look at the earnings here. We've got 25th of May, or is it 24th of May? What is that? Earnings is somewhere around this 24th of May, so next couple of weeks. And it's right on the level where you hope it buys through. 550, resistance, resistance, resistance. Obviously, it's been lower before, back down to these 490 areas. But I think this is a good little zone that people will pick it up off. I said months ago I'd pick up NEO at $13, says Richard O'Brien. Yeah, that's going to be pretty brutal if it gets down there. Options is good. Tom needs some hot tea with honey drink up. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is wrong with me today or this last couple of weeks. Massey says, BitConnect. It's like these plague colds that you get. I just can't quite get over them. And I try, and I just can't quite get over them. SGD $2. Echo Aurora. What does VTC halving chart say today? VTC. Okay. What the hell is this? Is it a... Echo, are you talking about a crypto or are you talking about something else, man? I assume the crypto. How's that halving? Oh, halving. Okay, so it's based on stake. Proof of work. I don't really think that this says much. I mean, it's fallen with the rest of the market. It's doing nothing. And it's been doing nothing for quite some time. It's right around the level that you expect buyers to come back in. I mean, you hope they come right here. This is where it bought before. This is where it bought this time. And now we've got like a long leg doji. 8 hours. Ooh, 8 hour long leg doji. You know what? I love long leg doji. Probably one of my favorite trading candles. People don't use them enough. They're just the best. Makes me so happy that I know how to trade the long leg doji. I didn't for a long time. I never looked at this candle as a cool trade candle. But when I see long leg doji right where my support is or my resistance is, I get excited, guys. Because at this point, if we get a closure above this zone here, what's going to happen? We're going to get some strength and it's going to go back into trying to prove this uptrend and prove this type of stuff. So look, if it's on a halving, what I would be doing is this. I'd be drawing a trend line through these highs, trying to get as much of the wick as I could. Okay, so then you know where your problems are. You look at the long leg doji, and then you watch it like a hawk if you're long into the $1.50, and you just need that $1.50 breakout. Once that happens, boom, 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 boom. It looks a lot better on this chart. I don't care what that is. You can give it to me. And I love this series of lower highs. I would love to see a breakout occur here. It move through and then come on. All right, guys, let's quickly pick our stocks to watch for the day. US 100, as we thought, is coming into the bull run. So you notice here, 1.21. We've got US 500, 40.81. Will it test the 41.20? So I guess we've been correct so far. This is getting picked up in the pre-market in the morning. It's going to be an interesting open as per usual. You guys have seen some of the insights that I guess the way I look at stuff. Let's load this thing up to a 5-minute chart. There we are. We're ready to rock. Let's do the US 500. We're ready to rock. And it's your choice, the community's choice. Pick your stocks. Let's have a look here. Craig Harry Taylor says, at Verified News, boomers still learning together, buddy. There is not any... I tell this to everybody all the time. It doesn't matter whether you're 80. It doesn't matter... Well, I mean, if you're 80, 90, it probably matters a little bit. But it doesn't matter really what age you are. If you're interested in trading, you know the best thing or the coolest thing about like the older you are that you get into trading, as long as you practice right risk management, you're the one with probably the biggest amount, potentially the biggest kind of amount to trade. A lot of people that are millennials, they just don't have the money. They take poor risks. So it's not worth it sometimes there. Let's just quickly click on this. The most important thing is you're trying to improve yourself. Because you know what really annoys me? If I had like a session where I had a rant, what annoys me has always been that schooling in Australia, and I'm sure it's the same in America, teaches you nothing about compound properly. It teaches you nothing about the stock market. It teaches you nothing about investing in housing. It teaches you nothing about how to do anything that is practical in the world, that doesn't involve what the government wants you to do, which is most likely spend all of your money and buy computers. You need to be productive in society. So here's the market coming through. We've got ASML, we've got Roku coming through with 2.86, SEA coming through 2.44, putting on about half of what it lost yesterday. Tesla 2.31, some of you will be happy with that. CrowdStrike, Baidu, etc. Alibaba 2.84 down 213, pretty low actually for Baba. Maybe we'll watch that one. And Baba had earnings missed for the first time. You know why it missed? Because it got punished in the country. It probably won't miss next time, but when it had that fight with the government, that was never going to work out well for it. Riot Blockchain, Mara. Actually, another thing is, if Baba missed, we need to read its report. I'm going to read it tomorrow. I want to know how Baba did in Mexico. It's in Mexico, yeah? I want to see how it did in Mexico. Marvin the Martian says Zom. AAPL. Okay, so they're the ones that we've been picking. Apple. 1.3% up. Ugh. The hell is with that? Nastiness. And actually, you know what? I kind of want to watch Baba in the open. Baba. Check out the daily here. Oh my goodness. It's right. It's actually under support. God damn, that's bad. Okay. Yes, I haven't liked the Baba recently. Look at that crazy candle. 221. Now down to 213. Sundial. I'm not picking Sundial, Terry. I'm not picking Sundial. All right, well, you know what time it is. I'm sure you guys have got us to 500 likes. Thank you very much for joining us. 1,744 of you. Again, ! Discord. Get into the community. Let's load up some hype, see what happens here into the market open. We'll quickly do this. Set it up. 10 seconds, there we are. So will we be green or red today, guys? Vote right now, green or red for the rest of the session. Let me know. Let's do it. Good work, Keiichi. I'm glad you got out there. Yeah, I'm old. I would eat that Doge. Whew. All right. So tomorrow we're having the materials extravaganza event. We are 2 minutes away here. Let's see what people are saying. Bull trap, green, green, green. Green like sundial, says Terry Chow. Sundials go to 10 cents, man. Oh, that's actually not true. It'll probably sit around here. Give me the green, 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 green. I'm scared that you guys are all saying green. Now I'm thinking it's going red. You know how it is. Whatever you guys think. I don't quite trust some of the people in the chat. I don't quite trust some of you. We've done these surveys before, and people have been a little bit incorrect there. That's my jam, says someone here. Thank you very much. Let's go back up here. So I think we've got the Baba. We've got the Apple currently 124. We saw that Google on the 2200 around support. And we're going to open here, guys, in 15 seconds. So let's get the opening bell up and ready. Here we go. Congratulations, guys, for making it. Oh, there we go. Congratulations for making it through to Thursday market open. It's been a rough week. Of course, I think we've been pretty much on top of these shorts. Let's see where the US 500 goes today. Again, 4120 is going to be a big problem for it if it does break on up and start to move towards that level. US 100, I'm kind of thinking like a 13.2 is in order for a similar kind of movement for US 500 to hit 4120. Something like that might make sense. And then Baba does open down 213. Let's scroll through all of this stuff. Bitcoin back above 50,000. Supposedly Elon is buying. Supposedly. That is not confirmed news. That's a Twitter-based thing. We've got DOT and ADA looking very interesting. DOT particularly looking a bit stronger than ADA, I think. Here come both the markets coming through here. IWM is something we didn't cover. because Russell 2000's disinteresting at this point. Silver down, gold flat, and the rest. PLTR opens 1920, still trying to get near that 21 till it breaks through 21. I'm not feeling good about PLTR. AMC opens 1067, probably goes towards 11. GME, boring. Square and TDOC both open green, but barely. Net, Snow, Airbnb, etc. Let's click on this button. Okay, percentage change here on speculation. Okay, Mara, not as bad as it was, 3% down. And we go over to the screener. Let's click on the big caps. Percentage change here. We go negative for a second. Alibaba leading the crowd with that bad earnings report. Caterpillar also down slightly. And green is all about the big boys. Alphabet, Amazon, out in the front. Shopify, Tesla. These percentages are wrong. There we go. Much better. Baidu. Interesting. Baidu's taking the charge here. This is a beaten down stock. So is that Alibaba report kind of making Baidu do better? Interesting. Roku 2.87. Okta. Nvidia. Zoom. Still under 300. I want to look at a Zoom chart. Here they go. It's like we're magicians. Are we magicians? Community? What do you think? 10-year bond, 1.68. Yeah. 10-year bond. You know my thoughts on this. 10-year bond might shock the market initially, but yeah, we'll have to revise US 100 as well. My calc was wrong. So this hitting 41.20 will mean this is about 13.3, I think. 13.3. So Baba, slight recovery. Apple strong. Let's put Tesla on the chart. 605 currently. Craig, Harry Taylor says, hit the like before you leave, guys. I'm not going just yet. Not going just yet. I want to go look at my coin. Well, not my coin, but I just want to have a quick look at it. 278. My goodness. How will this react? It's right at the support. Oh, terrifying stuff. It is not usually a stock that I'm interested in at all. Because, you know, I hate IPOs. I like being in the IPO before the market and on the day. And then after that, I'm just like, goodbye, I'll come see you in 12 months. What do those bean things mean? Which beans? Bitcoin's going down to 30K, Nick Haffer says. That's very negative, Nick. I would like to see no 30K just yet. We need one more thrust, all right, man? Just give me one more. Just one up, and then I don't care. One up for the community. It's a trap. Probably is a trap. Remember, we kind of thought the first hour would be green. What happens in the first hour? The retail community trades and all the algorithms. Then after that, the rest of the market comes in. Remember, close is everything. If you're going to say what's the most important actual real time of the day, it's going to be the close. What's the most fun? I mean, of course, the open. The close is boring, generally. It's actually the close and then the last kind of like 15 minutes after the close. What happens here is there's often a lot of price matching. So when you watch the market for long enough, in the close and then the last 15 minutes after that, you sometimes see this massive heavy drop that occurs. And if that's happening, there's a huge amount of Wall Street trying to get their positions through and they haven't had it in time. And we will see that through the live streams over time. And we'll do the analysis on it, of course, and we'll talk about when it comes up. So I think, look, today, the things to watch out for is how high does this US 500 go? If it does get to the 4120, which I guess looks likely at this stage, how does it interact with this zone? I would find it hard-pressed to think that it won't be some short seller here, at least a day trader or something. That's probably what I'm looking at, that kind of session. Other than that, it's going to be a Thursday. Friday, we'll have to find out how the close works today, but that's just kind of the feeling I had after seeing this morning's one. I thought, you know what? It's going to be that kind of pull up that we saw, the same thing on the Tuesday session. So the Wednesday session was red, Tuesday session was green, Thursday session so far has been green, and then Friday session, question mark. We'll have to look at tomorrow's close. That's the thing about trading. It constantly changes. And the only way we can really read it is by looking at the very key levels, like the 4120. Why you do lives on market close? No, we don't. I can't get up. My time right now is 11:35. Rocktopus says QCOM and semiconductors are all getting curb stomped. Let me have a look at QCOM. Oh, QCOM is getting beaten down. Yeah, back down to the sup. Interesting. All semiconductors down. Do I want to own the semiconductor index? It brings a great point. Tomorrow's going to be a great session, guys. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to bring some fire. There's going to be fire, flames in the background. We're going to get it done. But I certainly do that. What time does it close AU time? It really depends. Why is your name Graham Stevens? It closes about 5 or 6 a.m., I think. Yeah, 5 or 6 a.m. So, wait. Depends on the daylight savings. So right now, yeah, about 6-ish, yeah. So I won't be doing that. GME and AMC opening up nice. Yeah. Tommy's coffee machine is just warming up when the market closes. Dude, I'm not awake that time. I get up at like 8 or 9 o'clock nowadays when I do this live stream, and I have like an hour to unwind, check out the market, and then I get up 8 or 9 o'clock, go to work, do the video, keep going, do more stuff, come back, do all that type of thing. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching the stream today. Continue to, of course, learn as much as you can about this market, and hopefully you're doing all right through this session. I'll be interested to see how Coinbase reacts through the session as well. It should be good. And for crypto people, I think there's one more run here. So good luck with that. Bye for now. What time is it over here? 11:38 p.m. But usually when we did the streams, when that whole GameStop thing was going, it was 1:30 in the morning. We were doing streams till 3 a.m. Lou says, Tom, one Friday, we need you to pull an all-nighter until the market close. Yeah, probably do. That'd be cool. Maybe we'll do a full US market session sometime. Maybe we'll do that. That Elon Musk work ethic. I think, look, hats off to Americans. Guys, I'll say this. American people, they work so damn hard. I've